My youngest daughter had an apartment at the time, so I was staying with her for a couple weeks, and then she lost her apartment, and so needless to say, everybody was kind of homeless. So the boys ended up with me, and so we just took turns just sleeping in my van for like 6 months. It was just getting really discouraging. Like, I just couldn't find anything, and you know, my thing was I wanted to get them situated by the holidays, because it's bad enough where you're at. It was tough.
In September, Denver's Department of Housing Stability launched an effort to get 200 people experiencing homelessness housed in 100 days. It was an ambitious goal, as those closely working with residents can affirm.
You know, Denver's a place that economically has really boomed over the last decade plus, and anyone who try to rent an apartment or buy a house knows it's not a very affordable thing to be able to do. And so you take those who are the most marginalized, who are experiencing the most poverty, and it's extremely difficult for them to navigate that. And so for us to be in that with them, to be in solidarity with them, trying to help access those services, we are lucky that, you know, Denver has invested so thoroughly and been such a strong supporter of our work and seen the importance of what it means to bring the services directly to people. That's felt extremely rewarding, that they see the value in our work. And still, it's tricky to go out there and not be able to just hand someone apartment keys or take them right away to a substance treatment, you know, spot or a mental health appointment. Things aren't always available immediately.
One of the hard things about this level of need that we see in the community here in Denver is that we could spend all of our resources on immediate response, but that only helps us to kind of do that crisis response intervention. We have to, at the same time, be working to resolve episodes of homelessness.
To that effort, housing vouchers through the Federal American Rescue Plan Act only strengthen HOST, their collaborative partners, and their combined permanent housing efforts.
What we know is that Housing First works. When we put people in housing and then wrap them with those supportive services that they need, whether that's primary or behavioral health care, landlord-tenant relations, employment counseling and support, they can stay housed. 89% stay housed. That is pretty fantastic, and we want to do more of that. It's not about anyone being well enough or somehow getting healthy enough on the street to then get in housing. It is about getting people into the housing where they can more easily be healthy, be in community, and be successful. We know that the stability that's provided in a housing environment helps people greatly. Well, it's not hard to understand that shelter that looks as much like housing as possible, the more successful we see people feel in shelter. And so with our congregate spaces now moving towards 24/7, in a majority of our locations adding non-congregate sheltering, we've provided much more stabilizing spaces where we expect we'll be able to get more people to exit those shelters to housing. Unfortunately, housing crisis can be very quick in how it happens for any individual person. And those solutions for housing, unfortunately, can take a long time to be developed, to be available. And so we really work in this environment where all partners are helping to push and support people on their journey to get into housing, community, and the supports that they need.
As of November 8th of this year, the City and County of Denver far exceeded its goal by housing 256 people in just 68 days. As for Wendy O'Leary, the journey from homelessness to stable housing is one of success.
Just don't give up hope. I mean, even though things seem like it's at its worst, just keep hope, because something will come up. And you know, but you got to do your part too. You know, you can't just, you know, sit around and poor me, poor me, poor me. You know, you got to do your part as well. But you do your part, and somebody up there is doing his part, and then like people like Stacy and Felix and you guys, you know, and just not to give up hope. Even though we don't have a lot, we have each other, and that's all that matters. And we'll have a roof over our head.
For more stories, check out Denver's YouTube page or tune in to Denver8.tv.